Hey guys, what a great day for soups. It's so cold outside. Winter got here finally in Texas, and I want to come on real quick and show you a couple of my favorite soup recipes. Do you have a favorite soup recipe? If you do, I want to hear all about it. Tell me what it is. These two recipes are two of my favorites. One is my husband's favorite, and one is one of my some of our ladies at church. This is one of their favorite recipes, and so I wanted to show you really quick. I'm sure you have great recipes too. We would love to hear about them, but today I'm going to do a broccoli cheese soup for you, and then I'll tell you about the other one in a minute. So I already started a little bit ahead of time, so I could save a little bit of time here in prepping, but you need 4 cups of broccoli, 3 cups of chicken broth, and a cup of onion. And I already started that cooking in my pan over here, and I actually am cooking in my Dutch oven today because I want to put this over in my slow cooker when I get done, and it's just going to stay warm and be ready to go. I love that. So I already started that cooking. It has to cook for 10 minutes. And then you're going to take 2 tablespoons of butter. I like to use real butter. And I melted it in my skillet. I'm just going to make a roux that's going to be a thickener a little bit for the soup. And I need 2 tablespoons of flour. All right. And we need a cup of milk. And I love my mix and masher for my mashed potatoes, but it's also great for making this roux right now in my pan. And you're just gonna melt the butter, add your flour, and then you're gonna add all of this milk all at one time. Just like that. This is really how you kind of make a gravy too. But it makes this really nice smooth roux right here. And you just want that to start thickening a little bit. And as that starts thickening a little bit, then we're going to add it to our pot of broccoli and onions and chicken broth. You can make your broccoli smaller if you want, or you could even emulsify it, like where it's really fine. I like mine to have a little bit of chunks of broccoli in it, so I like to leave mine just a tad thicker with the broccoli because I want to get a chunk of broccoli. See how beautiful this roux did? Y'all can't see, can you? I'll show you. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. I'm going to use my scraper so I can get every bit of this out of the skillet. And it's going to go. Let's give that a quick stir. Actually, I'm going to pull it to the front here a little bit. Maybe you can see a little bit better then. Like this. And then I went ahead and prepped my Velveeta cheese ahead of time. So I like to use my crinkle cutter to cut my cheese with. Works really good. I'm actually doubling this recipe today. That's why I could prep ahead for you guys. So I'm going to add half of that and save the other half for the Dutch because I'm going to double this today. And then you just going to let this cheese melt. So we're going to let that sit and cook for just a few minutes. It's going to melt all the cheese. Your soup's ready to go. Don't forget to add some of your salt and pepper to it. I love my salt and pepper grinders. That way you can use some beautiful black peppercorns in there. And also some healthy sea salt rather than table salt. All right. That's going to be good to go. And then while that is cooking, slide that back again, I went ahead and prepped ahead around my hamburger meat for my next batch. This is actually my husband's favorite soup. And I like to call it a dump soup because, like, literally that's all you have to do to this. See if I can pull these over here where you can see. I am using our chili mix. Is fabulous. I use this all the time now for my chilies. So it'll be a great day for chili too. It's going to go in. I'm going to give that a quick stir. And then, who has the fancy smooth edge can opener? This thing is great for opening your cans. I went ahead and opened all my cans ahead of time. But this recipe literally calls for like 3 cans of different kinds of beans, 3 cans of tomatoes, and my husband's favorite, a can of hominy. And I like to spice it up just a little bit because to me it's a little bit bland with just the beans and the plain tomatoes. So I like to either add a can of Rotel, or I like to add a can of, this is diced tomatoes with jalapenos, onion, and cumin in it. So that one's going to have some jalapenos in it. So you could either do Rotel with green chilies, or you could do something with jalapenos. And like literally, and the beans I'm going to use, it calls for kidney beans. My family's not crazy about kidney beans, but if you are, then you, by all means, use the kidney beans. It calls for Great Northern beans. And I like to do pinto beans, and I like to do the ones with jalapenos again, just that little kick in there. Just gives it a nice flavor. And instead of kidney beans, I'm just going to add a can of chili beans. So literally, all you're going to do is start dumping. And I do juices and all. So it just all goes in the pot. The hardest part is browning the hamburger meat. And how easy is that? I actually bought hamburger meat on sale last week. And then I came home and browned it all and then divided it all up, put it in the freezer. And then it was all ready to go. So I just had to pull out some that was already cooked. So this is going to make a quick, easy soup today. I love this. Let's give it another quick stir. And I can actually, in my Dutch oven, cook it up here on top of the stove. Or again, I'm going to move this over to my slow cooker. I'm going to let it cook in my slow cooker. And when we're ready to eat, it's going to be nice and popping hot. And it's going to be ready to go. It's not going to burn. And it's going to be yummy. Thanks for joining me. Bye.